Greetings, greetings. This is Charlene Johnson, also known as Coach Charlene, and I am the podcast host of Your Coach Charlene, which actually combines When the Moment Chooses You and the Whispers of Wellness together into one podcast. But as I was preparing to go to the gym this morning, I was listening to this message that Dr. Martin Luther King was giving to, it seems like a bunch of the younger generation perhaps. And it just really sparked something in me. And so I wanted to do an acknowledgement and just the honoring of his life, of his legacy, of all that he has done. There is a quote in my book that says, "Be the catalyst that turns moments into movements." And he turned his moment into a movement, and we are still living on that. And the bottom line is, you cannot erase history. You cannot erase that history because of the impact. It has touched, billions of lives just with him saying yes. So, as I was listening to this message, he was teaching a message called "What is in Your Life's Blueprint?" And it was so interesting because there was a point in there, and it says, as he was presenting to them, what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. And I was like, whoa, this is the same thing that I said when I found my voice, when I was in this place of frustration and anger, and where I had to move that to action and impact. The words that were spoken to me was, what you do in this moment will determine your destiny and dictate your future. And so there are moments that you are called into to disrupt, to transform, to do something that you're not used to doing. And so that really blessed me today. And so I continued listening to the message because I was like, okay, I'm just going to infuse myself with him today. And he was talking about, what is your life's blueprint? And I wanted to point out the point number one that he did. He said that in your life's blueprint, you should have a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodyness. And I was like, yes, that is what I'm talking about, because I always tell people that I coach and consult, what you have to believe in your own significance. You know, if nobody else believes in you, you have to believe in your own significance. And the reason why that's so critical is because if you don't, you will absorb the opinions of others and shrink to fit into a mold that you were never meant to be in. So it's so important for you to understand that you have the power to be all that you have been destined to be. And so I wanted to share another quote that I had, and it was, moments that feel like endings are sometimes disguised beginnings. And oh my God, don't I know that quite well. I chose to early retire. It's been almost a year and a half, and I have actually stepped into this disguised beginnings where I launched my coaching and consulting company. I've now have three written books, projects that I have completed, and there's so more on the inside of me. So my encouragement for you today is to turn your moments, to turn your story into a movement. There's somebody here that needs to hear what you have been through and how you have overcome. So I'm encouraging you on this day, as we reflect on all the work that Martin Luther King did, let's also be the catalyst that turns our moments into movements. Thank you so much. And make sure you follow and like and share. And I look forward to seeing you soon.